gonna put him on his back.
Raw power, Dirk. Raw power right there.
Champion Dolce made his EFC debut in front of his hometown fans in Newtown, scoring an impressive debut victory over Rudolph Skippers. Then, at EFC 34, the DRC monster demolished the baton through strength and an ever-improving ground game. EFC 35 would prove to be Dolce's toughest test yet, as he went up against Hexagon veteran Johnny Pontierdon, a test he passed with flying colors. Next up for the DRC match was the English giant Yannick Bahati. A tough fight for Dolce, but eventually he got the unanimous decision victory.
You know what you're gonna get out of champion fans. Bit of advantage for Dolce. Height advantage clearly going to Norman Wessel. Just about the same. This is what it's all about, man. It's all about big time matchups just like this. Are you ready for the main event? I know this man is. James the Duke Wellington. And now, to those in attendance and to the millions of EFC fans around the world, let the battle begin. 5 rounds for the EFC light heavyweight title. Introducing first, the challenger. He's fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist with an undefeated record of 4 wins. He stands 4.78 meters tall, weighing in at 92 kilograms. Fighting out of Cape Town, South Africa, champion Dolce. And now, introducing his opponent. He's fighting out of the corner. This man is a mixed martial artist with 6 wins and 2 losses. He stands 127 meters tall, weighing in at 92 kilograms. Fighting out of Johannesburg, South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the former EFC heavyweight champion and the reigning, defending EFC light heavyweight champion, Norman Wessel. And for him to begin as our referee in charge is Vegas Sports.
RTG special differential if you're watching there. Great to meet you. EFC Hexagon represented Flora. Time to go to work.
Are you ready?
Your Sundays just got
Champion, the challenger, champion Dolce, taking on your right heavyweight champion, Norman Wessel. You can feel the excitement in the room, ladies and gentlemen. Time for instructions. Let's take a sword. Marco, ready for this? Champ, are you ready? Champ, are you ready? It's 5. Round number 1 of our main event, brought to you by Bear Claw Energy. Unleash the power of the bear. I got a lot of bear claw going through me right now, to be honest with you. A big right
Focused
hand.
does Norman Wessel's look though. Has not taken his eyes off of champion Dolce. It's going to be interesting to see if Norman's wrestling can neutralize the judo game of champion Dolce. And we know Norman's going to want to close the gap, put champion on his back. And from there, he is absolutely
Deadly.
devastating.
He's deadly. You're absolutely right. He's looking for the throw right there. As you see, he has his hand over the head of Norman, but it's going to be a tough hip toss. You've got to watch out for that. We saw it in the Bahati fight.
Up against this
This crowd.
5-minute rounds. It is just absolutely electric in this place.
And obviously, Vinny Andrade wanted this fight, but he didn't do enough in that matchup to get it. That presented the opportunity to champion Dolce, and this is the mega fight that we ended up with. And it's delivered throughout the hype. Everybody's been excited about this fight.
So much build-up for this fight. And it's the whole entire week so far in Cape Town. Every single corner, people are talking about this fight. Norman looked like he was threatening for the takedown there, and champion just grabbed a hold of the fence just instinctively.
Yeah.
And Norman is so good with this type of game, pushing his opponent up against the fence and just working. You'll see him throw in the occasional knee, the short little elbows, and now looking for that takedown. And immediately Dolce tries for that hip throw.
This is such a battle of wills right now. When you talk about Dolce and Wessel's
and what's happening up against the fence. If you watch it, it doesn't look like a lot, but they're expending a lot of energy trying to take each other down and get the advantage. You have no idea until you feel it. Another man trying to push it up on you like that. It's crazy. You're pushing yourself and his weight at the
Full
same time.
force and full strength, both of them right now. And another thing that Wessels does very well is he creates those small little spaces, uses that short little elbow. But you have to think that he might be a little bit cautious with that with Champion. He doesn't want to create unnecessary space between the two of them and create an opportunity potentially for a throw.
I'll say this much: when you look at the faces of Dalcha and Wessels right now, you can tell that Dalcha is straining a lot more, and he's using a lot more energy than Wessels is. He just has such a good base, Wessels does, and a great position right now that he doesn't have to expend nearly as much energy.
He's controlling, and he's working at angle and pushing his body up against Dalcha at an angle where Dalcha is now actually the one. He's pushing back and he's fighting back. And Wessels has got him pressed up against the back of the fence and just taking his time. He's landing the occasional knee.
Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, this is a 5-round fight. It is a title fight. The piece from the DRC, not in a great spot.
And now Dalcha, he desperately wants that takedown.
Such a tall man, though, that is Wessels. It's hard to make that happen, to try to get that throw.
Manages to get it, but he's given up his backhand. This is Wessels' favorite position, being in this spot here. This is where he could possibly start to work on Dalcha.
Wow, trying to use his judo, but it put him in a bad position.
Straight back to his feet as Norman Wessels.
Wow, what a scramble, Dirk.
Very, very big scramble by both of these guys. Neither giving up position on the deck.
No.
That's interesting.
Wow, so much energy. So imagine the heart rates for both these fighters, what they're doing right now. That explosion right there was so incredible. Nobody really got the upper hand there.
Oh, not at all. Not at all. Two quick little reversals in that scramble. And we're back to our feet 4 minutes into this first round. And of course, Norman Wessels now also knows that Champion Dalcha can take him down. But Norman is probably one of the best scramblers in the game. When he does get taken down, he does manage to get that top position.
And I'll say this, Dalcha does have the experience against the tall fighters. Bahati was an absolute mammoth of a fighter.
Big guy, and he threw him around the hexagon like it was no one's business.
It might not be quite so easy with such a seasoned a fighter like Norman Wessels. I don't see that happening right away, but if he can get the right leverage, Dalcha has enough power and strength to do that to anybody.
Now Dalcha turning Wessels around, and he's got him pushed up against the fence.
Nice shot to the body, maybe a little bit more of that.
Now he's taking
That's
Wessels to the ground.
Serious takedown from Champion Dalcha.
He lands up inside control as Champion Dalcha. He could possibly look to mount here on Wessels. Wessels is going to try and escape out the side. Managed to get back to his feet. Dalcha's going to send him right back up for another ride. Wessels defends the takedown, and now he's starting to work in the clinch.
Straight up.
And that big leg kick.
He has to stay somewhat calm, Dalcha does, in this position. If he overcommits, it could be a problem. He's landed some shots, and these fans are losing.
You can see the leg there of Champion Dalcha. That's when Norman landed that big leg kick. And now he's going to try and push Dalcha up against the fence.
Successfully. He has great positioning, great leverage. Right in front of us, Champion Dalcha with his back against the fence. Norman Wessels. Will he separate? And will he land some shots? Where does he go from here, Dirk?
Have to be wary for that takedown. He's landed some good small knees on the inside as Wessels. Also another question, Dalcha hasn't been in those big 5-round fights. You don't know what that gas tank is like, but certainly he doesn't look like he's slowing down at the moment anyway.
No, not here in round 2. But if this thing trails into 3, 4, and 5, then yeah, then we'll definitely see what he's made of.
And now Wessels takes Dalcha down successfully.
And he's got the back.
And this is Wessels' game right here.
That could be
He might look to finish here. He's got the arm in. He's got the... That is deep. That is indeed over. That is it. There's absolutely no chance Dalcha can get out of this.
He has to pull the arm up. That's the only way that
Wessels
Dalcha
has
has a
that in
chance.
very, very deep, right here in front of us.
He's going to pass out, Dirk. He's going to pass out.
And he taps out. Norman Wessels gets the bell quite easily. Fired up as Norman Wessels
managed to neutralize the judo with the wrestling. He got taken down twice or 3 times in that first round, but that certainly was his game plan. And as soon as he managed to complete his own takedown, which he did in that second round, it was pretty much all Shiro. Got the takedown, fought for the rear naked choke, got it locked in, and gets his hand raised tonight. Holds on to that light heavyweight gold.
Your action replay brought to you by GMC. Peak performance down to a science. As you see the finishing touches, that is Norman Chef Wessel's. Time for your official decision. Shane the Duke Wellington, take us out.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Vickers Swart has called a stop to this contest. 1 minute and 45 seconds into round number 2. Declaring the winner by tap out due to a rear naked choke, and still the EFC Light Heavyweight Champion, Norman Chef Wessel.
Norman Wessel's still the light heavyweight champion. You must be very